is a leader. Are you? Or maybe you? Yes, I believe you are. Why? Because leaders are those who believe that the world can be better than it already is, and then they take action. And as you are sitting in this room, you are proving that you are a leader. You are taking action. Leaders are not only those who dream, but more importantly, do. Something burns inside of them, ignites them, and pushes them forward. An idea that the world does not have to remain at all the same, and that they can make a difference. So they make a plan, and they fervently share this plan with others. They make others believe. This is what leaders do, and this is what women have always done. Even through our suffering and oppression, we have believed in a better day. We have envisioned a day when we would be able to vote, to own property, to do all of these things, what were our dreams, and we have achieved them. We now have the opportunity to do anything that we want. We just have to believe. In my own life, I know that some people try to deny our abilities, but we just have to stand up and say, I'll show you. The summer after I graduated from college, I decided that I wanted to move and work in the city of Dubai in the Middle East. So I spent the summer contacting hiring managers, setting up interviews, and working towards securing a job. People told me that I was insane, that I would never make it because I was a woman, that no one would hire me because I was a woman, that no one would respect me because I was a woman. And they were all wrong. I was offered a job on the first day that I interviewed. My goal and my vision helped push me past the naysayers and accomplish, and it was possibly the greatest accomplishment of my entire life. Yes, I had challenges because I was a woman, and yes, I had hardships because I was a woman, but I also learned the strength of being a woman. I learned the language, I navigated the culture, and I met with managers and convinced them to hire me. And we have all done this. We've all had a far-reaching dream and worked relentlessly towards it until it was achieved. We have a vision, we continuously exert ourselves, and we can get there. Big or small is no matter. What matters is that these visions have changed the world. Annie Sullivan led a blind, deaf woman, Helen Keller, to believe that she too could be a leader, and she was right. Helen Keller went on to become a founding member of the NAACP and a world-renowned author and lecturer. Mother Teresa envisioned a day when those who were forgotten did not have to be forgotten anymore. She opened clinics for lepers, orphanages, and provided food and shelter to the homeless. These women of the past, who may have had no money, no rights, no sense of equality, continuously exerted themselves to achieve. And some of them may have not even seen the total fruits of their labor, but they continued still. Their confidence, their passion, and their enthusiasm is in all of us. Their ability to push forward is in all of us. These women of the past have brought us great advancements, just like these women.
Hello, my name is Phoebe Ann Mosby, but most people know me by Annie Oakley. I was born in 1860. My father taught me how to shoot a gun. He unfortunately died at a very young age. I was only 9 years old. We were very poor. I had to take care of the family. And I shot game for a living. When I was 17 years old, I went to Cincinnati and I competed in a marksmanship competition where I met Frank Butler, who was my competition, and I beat him by 1 point. Frank was smitten, and we eventually married. For 17 years, we toured with Wild Bill Buffalo Wild West Show by Bill Cody. I had a nickname, and my nickname was Little Sure Shot. I was given that name by Sitting Bull. I went to Europe, I traveled the world, and I unfortunately met my demise in 1926 and I was from Ohio.
Little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. That old gospel song means a lot to me. I'm Fannie Lou Hamer. 1962, I ran for Congress with the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. Those white guys wouldn't let me run. I ran anyway. Wouldn't let me be on the ballot. I got more write-in votes than the guy running against me. I didn't make it to Congress that time, but from a sharecropper's daughter, one of 20 children, I became literate, married, and helped my father, who was a sharecropper. Fannie Lou Hamer, just an old Southern girl making a difference. Wow. I wonder if anybody my color will ever become a congressman. I wonder if they'll ever become president.
Hi. I was born in the early 20th century. Many of you may have even remembered me. My name is Hedda Hopper. Now, maybe you didn't know that I was in 21 films before I ever became the gossip columnist of Hollywood. That was my claim to fame. And though it doesn't sound like it's such a great job, just think of all the people I got to meet and write about, and the ones that had to be wary of me with their actions. I was very popular in the movies and in my lifestyle at the time by writing about all of these folks. I know that some of you remember me, some of you even look forward to seeing me, and I made a difference in Hollywood and in other people's lives. Hedda Hopper, you won't forget me.
These women of the past confidently owned their responsibilities to themselves, their families, and their surrounding communities. They knew what it was to be a woman and all of its strengths and hardships, and they used it to their advantage. They worked towards so many things that we have today. They had a vision, they made a plan, and they got other people to help. All of these things that seemed so impossible, they achieved. And I'm sure the idea of meeting or being able to vote in the 1800s seemed impossible to a woman in the 1800s, but we did it. And we have achieved so many other things. So now we'll talk to the women of the present.
I speak to you, mothers, and send this message to the fathers. Your children are watching you, because I too watched my father, the Prime Minister of Pakistan. I watched him carry on, build the People's Party, learn to educate our residents. But I also saw that when he started this campaign, he had enemies, and his enemies took him out. My brother followed my father, and the enemies also took him. I knew what was ahead of me, but I continued because a leader does what is asked of her no matter what, even if a terrorist bullet is where your destiny may rise. I am Benazir Bhutto. I led the Pakistan People's Party, and I became a premier of that country in an Islamic republic to which women have always been considered second class. I was able to raise my voice, raise the voices with me through speaking and leadership actions.
Good evening, ladies, current leaders and future leaders. If you don't already know who I am, I'm Bill Clinton, your former president. Unfortunately, my wife, Miss Secretary of State, could not be here today. However, I'm here to represent her in positive light. She has been not only the First Lady of the United States, but the first of many things. As I met Hillary in law school, I proposed several times. Her career was first. She is driven. She is the current leader, and she will be a future leader of America. I am proud to say I am the husband of Miss Hillary Rodham Clinton.
These women of the present have shown us what we are capable of today, that we can be heads of state, that we can improve the well-being of millions with our thoughts, opinions, and ideas. They are paving the way for us, and it is our responsibility to pave it even farther. We must realize our potential and our abilities and constantly work to strengthen and utilize them. We owe it to the women who fought so hard to give us our basic rights, and we owe it to the women who are leading us today, improving education, business, and government. We owe it to our families, to ourselves. So take a moment and imagine the changes that you want to see, the progression that you want to experience, the world that you want us to live in, and know that all of these things that may seem exhaustingly impossible are possible. These women fought so hard to give us our basic rights: voting, owning property, equal rights. They achieved it. These women have done wonderful things as well. But it has happened, all of it. But maybe even more importantly, know that while these women were accomplishing great things, they never had to lose sight of what was most important to them: family. They were able to remain dedicated and close, supportive, loving, and inspirational. Being a loving mother, wife, daughter, sister, and leader are not mutually exclusive ideas. And this is what we can continue to do. We have an incredible ability to do so many things all at the same time. This is what we as women do. We can handle an enormous amount of responsibilities without even skipping a beat. We join the PTA, we lead Girl Scout troops, we support our husbands, and we make our companies better. Know that we can do all of these things, as we always have and we always will. So hold fast to your visions, all of them, and share them with others to make them believe. We are waiting for you to lead us. We are waiting to see your vision, to feel its texture, to know its curves and form, to know every inch of it so well that we have no choice to be inspired by you and to follow you. We want to see what you see and to feel what you feel. To support you in your idea of a better world, a better way to educate children, a better way to feed the homeless, a better way to run our government. Imagine these achievements in the world. Now imagine that it was you who achieved them. There is always potential for the world to be better than it is. So however you see it, get up now and go and get it. The world is waiting for you.
Thank you so much for joining our skit today. We have Mary Kerwin, Yolandia Wood, Dawn Miller, Ashley Payne, Laura Mather, and the gentleman is Mike Coulter. And we are Toastmasters here in District 8, and we welcome you to join us in the club that's good for you. And anybody have any questions about the Toastmasters? Everybody know what it is?
So are these folks from various clubs, and did they have to compete to be
Here today?
Yes.
Volunteers.
Okay.
Volunteers.
So is this the only seminar you're presenting this weekend?
No, we're doing one tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's different.
Do you have a name for this particular
This was
skit?
Women as Leaders,
Women as
and
Leaders.
tomorrow is Communicating in a Man's World.
Okay, and so how do we request if we want this lineup at something coming up? I want to see this at an event I'm producing the end of March. No, I'm serious. It's a month.
Hey, manager,
It's perfect because it's called Women Building Bridges, and it's all about finding the leader within you. And so we
Terrific.
want to inspire people to think bigger, and so I'll get with, should I get with you?
Yes, my
Okay.
name is Kat Macrico, and I'm the Public Relations Officer for the district.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, I will talk with you after. Anybody have any other questions they would like to ask? And we also have a drawing that we're going to do, and I didn't know, how do you put your name in the drawing?